different stages of the ovarian follicle. All right, you have the ovarian cycle. So at birth, we are told that the girl has a lot or a pool of follicles, and then every month at puberty, the follicles, one follicle mature and then goes into ovulation, the ovulatory state. Now you have the primordial follicle, you have the primary oocyte. At this point, the follicles are independent. They undergo the meiotic division. They are independent of what? The gonadotropins. Remember, we talked about the gonadotropins. These are the hormones that are released from the pituitary gland, and they act on the gonads. All right, so we call them gonadotropic hormones because the final target is the ovary and the testes. Now, at the point where the follicles, all right, get to mature to the secondary oocytes, at the secondary oocyte, these follicles are responsive to the gonadotropins, and at this point, the hormones act on the ovaries and then they progress to the mature Graafian follicle. From the mature Graafian follicle, this is more like the pre-ovulatory stage, and they are responsive. They express receptors for luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone, where they advance to the ovulatory stage. And then something happens during the ovulatory stage. All right, the most mature egg is released and it travels down, all right, the fallopian tube to the uterus, and when it gets to the uterus, all right, implantation takes place. Now, what happens to the residual follicle? All right, it transients to a gland and synthesizes what? Hormone, progesterone. The gland is called corpus luteum. So these are the different stages, all right, of the ovary, from the primordial to the primary oocyte to the secondary oocyte to the mature Graafian follicle. We'll be looking more in details at spermatogenesis and what happens during sexual differentiation. Bye-bye.